Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having such an amazing week and had an amazing weekend. So I actually wanted to make this video because I kindly wanted to, I guess you could say, share my thoughts, or what is my thoughts, um or when it comes to the work related. So I'm just gonna kindly tell you how I do when it comes to death, when it comes to work with people. So as you can see, Nance's Homestead, I I have had a volunteer who has died in the line of duty due to this whole crazy stuff that's happening, and it's really hard. Um, and let me just kind of tell you this way: it's kind of like the fire department. It's kind of like the police department. It's kind of like the EMS service. It's kind of like everything. We at Nance's Homestead, we kind of look at it as once you're a family, always a family. No matter if you're retired or um, or whatever. And I get a lot of questions asked all the time. Like, how is this COVID-19 handling, and how is it affecting your business? Or like, I get a lot of questions and stuff like that, and which that's going to be in the next video soon. Um, so let me kind of tell you guys how it is. I have dealt with a lot of crap, and what I mean by a lot of crap, I have dealt with a lot when it comes to um, this whole COVID stuff. And when you lose a brother or sister, it's really hard for me because it's like when you are working with a um, worker, it doesn't matter if the person is a volunteer or a paid staff member, it's kind of hard. Let's put it that way. I have dealt with a lot, and believe it or not, it's kind of hard. And people always tell me, how hard is it? Well, let's just think of it this way. Think about losing your loved one, the one you were so close to the point that you'd do anything for that loved one. And that's how it is with us. And what was really hard is the other day, which I didn't get no videos or anything, but it when I had to, and it was over a year because of COVID, when I had to do a funeral service and a celebration of life of my worker volunteer, it was really hard. And believe it or not, I cannot believe it happened the way it is, but it's like, I always say, like, when you have done your duties, you're relieved from your duties. And I know it's maybe kind of sound weird or bad, but even if you work with me for like 3 minutes, I always say when you do your time, that's what's the important part. And it's like, it's really hard because when I had to, like, when I lost my volunteer, I literally cried that day. And uh, I remember having, being in bed, and I was actually kind of, not feeling well. And when I found out that one of my volunteers has passed away, even though I wasn't feeling good and it's nothing to do with COVID, I I had to get dressed, and I had to go and tell the family, and it was really hard, especially when the family wanted me to, because they didn't want it, the cremation of the volunteer, and we had to do a celebration of life and all that, and it's really hard. A matter of fact, I have always looked at it this way. When you die in line of duty, doesn't matter if you died from Corvex, COVID, even if you got shot or whatever, it's really hard for us. A matter of fact, I have always looked at it as you have done well. And when we have a person that dies, we always have to, have our Class A uniforms, and it's like it's really hard. So I'm just going to tell you guys this right now. When I lose a family member, or if I lose a volunteer, or if I lose anybody, I'm just going to tell you this right now. Losing a brother or losing a sister is really hard, especially if you are, especially when you're in business. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. When you own a business, I always tell people, if you lose a brother or a sister, whenever you work with that person, you're a good business and you have lots of help, think of it this way. Think of it as, they are wonderful. They're going to be there. And I always say this, when you lose somebody, always take precious memories. It doesn't matter if the person is the first day on the job and was 5 minutes late and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, it won't happen again," or even if it's some kind of joke or something. When you lose a brother or a sister or any kind of person that work with you, it can be very hard. And I always tell people, just remember that if you lose a loved one or you lose a brother, you love that brother, you love that sister that you work with. And when you have to go tell the family, or the family already knows about it, and you have to tell them, "I'm sorry for your loss," that's how we do around here. When you lose a loved one, even if you're a rookie, we treat them like anybody else. We treat them like family. Especially when you have the person that's working with, even if the person dies from being your volunteer paid staff member, we always tell the family member, "We're sorry for your loss. If you need anything, we're there for you." And sometimes we have family members that'll stick with us forever, or we may have family members that'll just stick with us temporary. We may have family members that'll just say, just one time, "Okay, we'll call it good." Just remember one thing. When you lose somebody, just take it and cherish that volunteer or staff. So, anyways, with that being said, guys, I'm going to get off here. If you would, please smash that like button. Don't forget to have your post notification turned on so you won't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.